first ever podcast. It has been, I think, 4.5 years or 4 years or something since we first planned to make dude, we need to make a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
And that was Cox and Mox.
Cox and Mox?
Yes. The Restro Bar, it wasn't just the up area. The extended area where we used to sit for hours and hours.
Yeah.
Or just us.
There was no music and all in that area, right?
Yeah. That area is where we first sat and we decided, dude, we're going to do, podcast for the first time. And I mentioned it because I was like, dude, we talk about a lot of stuff. We can make a podcast. But at that time, I don't think I even knew what an audio interface was and how we would record this shit.
True. But, dude, we procrastinated a lot. We could have started years ago, dude. We just never bothered to do it.
Everything we've ever done, we procrastinated.
That's true.
When it comes to getting jobs, money, chicks, career, life, family stuff.
No, dude, it's anything. We're like, bro,
Anything.
let's go somewhere to drink. And we're like, no, dude, later. And we just never go. We end up in someone's house and just drink there quietly.
Yeah.
We are lazy, bro.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's just depressing, dude.
It's very depressing when you get older. And the more older you get, the more you realize, oh, man, we could have done this shit, long back, dude.
True.
Just wasted so much fucking time. What did we talk about back in those days? 7-8 hours we used to sit and drink and talk.
Yeah, but we were drunk, dude. That was the difference. When you drink, dude, conversation just flows.
It was not just that. It was also... Okay, most of our conversation back then, because our lives didn't really have much going on, it was very repetitive stuff.
True. It's mostly depressing shit.
It was very depressing stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. It was just dude, why are we always complaining?
Because we didn't have anything good going on. Our lives actually
we have
sucked.
something good going on now. It's the same. It's just...
Yeah.
We tried to stop talking about depressing shit.
I think that's better.
Yeah, it's obviously, dude.
It's obviously better. We at least talk about other stuff like games, Genshin Impact, something else, rather than just fucking complaining about how much our life sucks and this, that.
I know why. I remember now. It's because before that, for a year, we played Pokemon Go for a fucking year, bro. Every day, that's all we did. We played Pokemon Go. At the end, we ended up in a bar and went home. That was our routine for 12 fucking months.
It was not just 12. It was 2 years almost.
No, 1 year. It was that 1 year that we did that.
2016.
After that, we used to still go to Cox and Mox, but then the down area opened.
But we found Cox and Mox because of Pokemon Go.
Yeah, obviously.
Kristen was the one who was
we used to go on top. The area where we used to play loud music and everything. And then after that, we stopped playing Pokemon Go. I think Kristen left. We stopped playing Pokemon Go. We started chilling in the down area. And then we just... then we just looking back for that year, I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
He got his job and he moved to Dubai. And after that, we sat there and we were like, bro, we like the vibe of sitting and chilling more than the game itself.
True.
And it was at that moment we decided let's just chill here.
No, it wasn't just that. It was also the fact that, bro, for a year we blew... Fuck, how much money did we blow on Cox and Mox? We kept them
I'll
in
tell you,
business.
from my pocket, at least approximately 1.5 lakhs.
Dude, how much I spent, dude?
You spent quite a lot. We both spent on the same level, you could say.
Except Kristen.
Except Kristen. That motherfucker never paid for shit, dude. Bro, I'll tell you at what point I saw something that he did that made me no longer question it anymore because I was like, he's insane. I remember once we were leaving from his house, okay? His dad's sitting outside in the, that veranda he has.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there, he's rocking. His dad's slightly old at this time. Just rocking on the chair. And we were both leaving for college or something. I think this is third year.
Okay.
Or some scene. We were both leaving the house. And uncle was like, come here, I'll give you some cash. Told Kristen, I'll give you some cash. And he gave him a ward, bro. Okay, we're talking about a couple 200s, couple 100s, couple 500, like that.
Okay.
Gave him a ward and he was like, how much you want this thing? He pulled out 200 or 100, I think, for petrol, whatever. Remaining entire ward, he just gave it back to his dad. His dad gave the ward, meaning the entire thing was for him.
Yeah.
He didn't say, take how much you want and give me back the rest. He gave that and he was like, you keep it in front of him. Okay. And then he literally took out 100. He's like, this is all I want. And then he gave the money back to his dad. And I was like, which son at the age of, I think we were 22 at the time. Which 22-year-old...
No, third year will
Fuck,
be...
I can't say that here, but which 22-year-old son who does recreational medicines fucking... Okay, we were all on different kind of medicines at the time. This guy, he used to do that as well, and he still managed to fucking not take money. I'm like, I was so surprised when he did that. I was like, dude, you. And here's the thing, we both were broke, right? So that pissed me off. I was like, bro, we're broke. We don't have any money other than the petrol stuff. It's like, no, bro, it's family money, bro. At that moment, I was just like, pissed me off so much when he did that. Because I was broke, man. I was like, dude, you could at least buy me something. A juice.
No, see, that's pissing off because, look, I get his aspect, dude. It's family money. You don't want to take it. But at the same time...
That I understand if it's a large sum of money.
Yeah.
If your dad gives you like 8k, 9k, I'll also be like, wait, whoa, like, I don't need that much. Like, just, you know.
No.
He gave him like something within like 700 rupees or something like that.
No, see, the thing that what would piss me off at that was, see, like I said, I get Kristen's point. It's okay, family money, I don't want to take too much. Fine. Fuck up is the cunt will then go out. I can't say cunt either, can I? Yeah, so no, this dude he then go out, go drink, go smoke, and then he'll be like, bro, I'm broke.
Yeah.
And then someone else has to pay for it.
That's the only thing I didn't like is this. Okay, fine. If he doesn't want to spend money, that's fine. But he consumes everything.
Yeah.
Okay, he consumes like an equal. Everyone, like, whatever they eat, they'll eat. But then when it comes to paying up, he doesn't pay his share.
Yeah.
Now he does because after he started earning, he started paying. But back in the day, he never did that.
True. No, but even now, it's a little, like a little better than before, but still, it's like, dude, come on, man.
He still has that side to him. But like...
that's the reason that fucker has money and we are broke.
True. That's true, actually. He's good at saving money. That much we got to give him credit for.
No, again, I don't mind all that. It's just that after that, he'll come to us. And you're like, dude, let's go drink. And I'm like, bro, I'm broke. You have to pay for me. And like a fucking idiot, we do it every time.
Yeah.
Now that honestly went on until I got broke.
Yeah.
After I became broke, then that stopped. Not even that much. Even then, I still pay whenever I had money. Like even now, I don't keep money. If I get money, it just gets over.
That's not a good thing, though.
Yeah, that's a major fucking problem. I got to manage my money better, dude.
Only reason I was good with money was because I learnt about money when I did the investment job and all that. So when I learned how banking works and all that, stock markets work, I learned savings. But my savings is very different. Like Kristen saves as in saves it. He puts it somewhere. And like was max to max a fixed deposit.
Okay.
Doesn't go any more than that. My shit is like I invested in stocks and stuff. So I might lose it, but I'm smart enough to invest in that. But that's only when I have a job. If I don't have a job, I'm back to square one.
True.
Fucking sucks. Anyways, we talked all this shit. We didn't even properly introduce what the hell is first episode, man. Basically, all I wanted to do, I was like, obviously we're not going to do some high school level introduction shit.
Yes.
But I wanted to talk how we both were born in Dubai.
Yep.
You were born there?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were born here, then you went there.
No, I was born there. I was born in a place of opportunity. And then I came to India.
Dude, I think in our podcast, Indians are going to hate us, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
We're going to talk so much trash because we are unfiltered in this.
No, because, dude, we got fucked after we came to India.
Yes, no. I'll give it I'll tell you why, yes, no. But anyways, we were born in Dubai. You were there till 4th standard, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4th grade. I was there till 10th grade. And then we came here. And then we met first time in 11th grade. That was crazy. Because I remember walking into class the first time and I just saw the class, bro. Like after coming from AC classes in Dubai and just having that lifestyle, coming to an Indian class and just looking at the fucking
yeah,
mayhem of this is like a local fucking college, right? So the first thing I saw was not even just the crowd. It was just like a fucking whale of brown chocolate people going out from each corner of room for like, dude, like 100. How many people? 104 people were in our class.
Yeah, that was a lot of people.
A lot of people, bro. Every time I tell people like there was 104 people in my class, they'll be like, "What the? That doesn't even make sense." Because max to max people have 40 people in a class. I'm like, no, bro. My class had 104. Roll number used to go till there. Each bench had 3 people sitting together on it and sharing it. That bench was not even designed for 3 people.
Yeah.
If you see the underneath part, there's like a divider for 2 people.
2 people.
Yeah. So the guy who sits in the middle is screwed because he doesn't know which side to use anything.
No, man, that was...
How did we survive that shit for 2 years? Then, The roof was broken. Water used to leak out of that during the rainy season.
Yeah, I remember the chalkboard. Water used to just seep into the board,
Seep
right?
into the board, dude.
And we couldn't use it. I'm like, oh fuck, bro. Like, just to put in perspective, like I studied in other colleges or other schools in India, in this area itself, and it was bad. But even compared to Milagres, it was like 10 steps down, dude.
Yeah.
Like Milagres was really like it was bad, bro. And it's kind of disappointing because Milagres is quite famous in this area.
That's the other thing I was gonna say. Is that we kind of got baited. Like if you think about it, when we came from Dubai, the first thing we were always like, man, I'm gonna miss Dubai and I'm gonna miss that vibe. But I'm slightly curious to see what India's all about. Okay.
Big mistake.
Big mistake. But I was like, I'm slightly curious to see what India's vibe is all about. But the part where it all changed was when my parents kept on talking about Milagres. It's this place. It's in our culture, you know. Our parents worked over there, studied over there. Their parents studied over there. This is like in our our prideness in the family bullshit.
Yeah.
We were kids back then, so I was like, oh, maybe that's something there to it, you know. We are like 15, 16. I was like, all right, let's go check out what the scene is and all that. And then once I saw the vibe, I was just like, dude, there's no fucking way I want to be here, dude. What even freaked me out was the windows, man.
The windows?
Yeah. It had those old school windows with the doors almost creaked out like in horror movies.
Yeah.
I saw those windows. I never saw those kind of windows before. I've seen maybe in my grandmother's place once or twice, though. Ages ago when I was a kid. So when I saw these windows and I was sitting next to it, and then, dude, our classes started during the summer itself. We were baking in class. The fans were barely working.
Yeah, there were like 2 fans in that fucking classroom.
Yeah,
Right?
4 fans, 2 for the girls and 2 for the guys. There are 50 people in each side. So that's 1 fan in the front, 1 fan in the back, and there's an entire fan for the teacher.
Yeah.
She gets a full fan. Then like 25 people, 1 fan, 25 people. The people in the middle got screwed. And I sat in the middle for a while in the first year. I remember I was in the middle row.
Okay.
And I was sitting in the middle and I freaking hated it, dude. And I didn't know anybody, so I was just like, but I could barely speak Kannada at the time. So when I spoke Kannada a little bit, I could manage somehow. But it was still like, dude, I was like, so like, I'm still gonna escape from this place. I was like, I'm gonna go back to Dubai. It's gonna happen. Like, I was in denial. I was like, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna go back. This is just a temporary thing. I didn't realize the scale of like how my parents quit their job, quit everything, and came here, and it's a permanent thing.
Yeah, man. No, for me, the thing was, dude, my grandparents were here. I think they lived their whole lives here.
Yeah.
So for
most
me,
grandparents
when
are.
they used to talk about, dude, Milagres, it used to be like, oh, okay, chill.
It's the best thing they've seen.
Yeah, it's like my dad studied here, my uncle studied here. I'm like, all right, this is legit. And then I saw the classrooms, and I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. And dude, at least you could speak Kannada. I couldn't speak shit. I can barely speak English, and that's the only language I speak.
How did you manage just before we met you in Milagres?
Dude, if you remember, I used to sit quietly. I've done that to every new school, every new college I've ever been to. When I first joined, I'm very, what's the word? Like organized. So I get up early, I'll go to class early, I'll sit there quietly, I'll pay attention to class, I won't talk to people. And at the end of the day, I leave, go home directly. That was my routine everywhere until I start to get to know people. Once I start to get to know people, I start to relax. When I start to relax, then I'm like, just barely reach class on time, speak the whole time during class. And that's just how it was. Dude, I was lucky, to be honest, that you and Kristen came to Milagres.
Yeah, I think we all would have gone through a lot of fuck all shit if we were alone.
Yeah. Because, dude, I'm just thinking, the only other person that was there was Adnan, I think.
Yeah.
And other than him, dude, till now, I don't remember anyone else in that classroom. So if you guys weren't there, it would have been shit, dude. Like, I would have spoken to maybe 1 or 2 people, and I would just wait every single day for the class to get over for 2 years.
Dude, when I saw you the first time was the first time I talked to you. Like,
Okay.
I came to class one day, and I was just sitting in the back. I'm looking at the first bench to the right, and I see one big-ass boulder of a human being. Just this huge guy, okay? And the way I saw you, and you were just like dark, and you know,
Yeah.
I looked at you and I was just like, this guy is pakka local, like local guy from
God.
the fucking slums or some shit like that. I was like, dude, this is some slumdog millionaire fucking motherfucker. And I was like, I gotta go talk to this guy just to see his vibe. And my Kannada was slightly good. And I spoke to you in Kannada for the first time.
I
My
fucking
first sentence to you was like, nimda hesare ಏನು? Which is like in Kannada, is
Yeah.
like, what's your name? Okay, and I went up like, Namaskara, what is your name? And you were like, I no Kannada. Then I was like, oh, Hindi? I didn't want to believe you spoke English.
Okay.
But you didn't look like that at all. you didn't look like that at all. I was like, dude, this guy speaks Hindi. Then I was like, Hindi? I was like, Hindi baat karte? I was like, no. It's like just English. You was like, I just speak English, dude. You told me, dude. And I was like, oh shit, what's up, man? And then the minute I said, oh shit, what's up, I saw your face lighten up so much.
Dude, I never expected someone with,
Decent English.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
in
just
that
thought
place.
for 2 years it's going to be shit. That's just my thought.
Oh man, I remember explaining you to Kristen as well, because I spoke to you and then you were like, yeah, dude, I just speak English, and you spoke fluently. And then I've never thought that there was gonna be someone else who speaks like you,
Okay.
because I'm just also like, dude, who's this guy and why does he sound normal? And then I was like, yo, what's up? What's it? He's like, yeah, man, I'm from here and blah 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 blah. And then he's like, yeah, I'm from this place and that place. And then I think we talked about rock music a little bit.
Yeah.
Something about rock music. And then I was trying to show off that I play guitar and shit. Then
Yeah.
I always do that
You used
with
to do
everyone.
that fucking the pen drumming, whatever.
Pen drumming thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that in Milagros. I
Yeah, I
forgot.
used to do that, and dude, everyone lost their shit when you did it, bro. Like I remember
Oh.
every break, everyone used to come over. Even people from other classes used to come over and like, oh, check this guy out, check this guy out. And
I
used to
don't
do that
remember
fucking
this,
thing.
man.
I remember that because every time I see it, I'm like, how the fuck? I'm the drummer here. Why the fuck did this guy do this?
Oh yeah, fuck, he played drums and shit. Dude, okay, so that happened, right? And then I said peace and I bounced, right? Then I was curious. I was like, I need to talk to this guy again. But then I went and met Kristen. Kristen's the only other person that I know properly,
Yeah.
right? I'm not talking to any of the other people that much. I went to him, and when I met him, and I think we were studying together something in his house. And I was like, bro, there was this other guy in our class. He spoke full English. He told he's from Dubai also. And he was like, bro, he's from Al Diafa. And when I was like, oh, Al Diafa, he was just like, oh, Al Diafa. And then we were like, alright, fine. Then next day we both came and started talking to you.
Yeah.
And then when we started speaking English together, Adnan overheard us. Adnan speaks fluent Kannada, like he speaks proper local Kannada, right?
Yeah.
But he also speaks very good English. So the minute he started hearing the way we speak, and then Adnan also came to our side and he started making the same jokes that we used to make. And then we four kind of started sitting together. After that, it was
Dude, it was just like 4 of us for 2 years. Dude.
4 of us for 2 years.
Oh man.
We didn't talk to anyone else.
No, we used to speak to a few people. You knew Kannada.
I knew Kannada.
So you used to speak to a few
I knew
people.
Konkani. That was a huge plus.
Yeah, Konkani. That's the...
Because most people was Konkan speakers and I knew Konkani. And Konkani I'm more fluent than Kannada. So I was able to talk to every one of them.
But no, man. When I look back on that 2 years in Milagros, right?
Yeah.
I remember the time we played drums? Like, not drum. I played drums. You played the guitar. We had that...
in the room. In
not
your dad's
room.
office.
This was for a function we played. There was some Milagros function. It was a school function. A college function. And we played. I forgot the song. You played the guitar. I played the drums. There were a bunch of other people singing.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
It's in that Milagros hall it happened.
The hall it happened. That was school day or some day. We were performing live and then we did La Bamba or some shit.
Yeah, fucking La Bamba. Dude, oh fuck. I just remember thinking about it. I think last week or something. I don't know why I just thought of it. And I remember it was so bad, dude. Like we practiced so hard for it. And then when you actually went on stage, you guys were in front. I was at the back with the drums. Dude, it was so bad. Every time I hit the bass drum, the drum moved forward.
Yeah, you told me this.
And there was no mics put on my drums, so no one could use shit. It's like something like some Kathakali shit.
They didn't have mics.
Yeah.
These people didn't have mics. They didn't have monitor speakers. They didn't have shit. When I went up to the guy the sound guy, and I told him monitor speakers, and I was hoping that they have at least one,
Yeah.
so that we both can use as reference monitors. And I was like, "Do you have monitor speakers?" He thought I was talking about computer monitors. He's like, "Screen you want? It's there in the library. Go and get one. But why do you want monitor for see the lyrics?" I'm like, "Dude, Do I look like Ozzy Osbourne fucking trying to coked out of my head trying to remember lyrics? I was like, dude, monitor speakers. And this is the sound guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, but I just do functions and shit like that, so I don't know what you're talking about. Because at that moment I was like, dude, we're screwed.
Yeah. I just remember they didn't give me mics. And I remember you turned to me just before we started. You came to me and like, listen, hit the drums as hard as you can. We don't have mics. I'm like, oh shit. I remember hitting it so hard. Worst part is I couldn't even hear you. I couldn't hear your guitar. I couldn't hear the singing. That's how hard I was banging the drums. And so I was just playing. I'm hoping you guys are on the same beat as me. I'm just hoping the whole time.
Yeah.
And in between while playing, the drum moves so far ahead, I'd actually stop playing, pull the whole bass drum closer to me, and again start playing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was just bad, dude.
It was very bad.
That was like one of my... I think after that, I just stopped drums. Like that was one of the worst performances I've ever done.
After that incident, we were just like, I don't know if we wanted to keep doing this band shit. Like we just abandoned it. It was so bad, man. And we tried to get more people because just the two of us was very hard.
Yeah.
But there was no one else, man.
No, I think the thing that broke us was we put so much effort into it. Like we really tried, dude. Every day we used to meet up in my dad's office and we used to play the drums, used to do guitar stuff.
We practiced almost 2 weeks for that.
Yeah, we put in the effort, and it like I would get, if it was a little bad, it would be fine. I would still try for something better next year or something.
The performance wasn't bad. See, here's the thing. The practice was not bad because in the office when we did it, it came out pretty well. The issue was the sound.
Yeah.
That messed up everything. So there were like a bunch of singers. They even did like lungi and all that. They got all these clothes to wear while they were doing this shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I remember.
So they did all that stuff. You're on the drums. We had to get an entire drum set. My guitar thing I borrowed from someone and then we had to plug it in and make it sound good and all that. All that effort was put in. The only difference was in the end he was like, yeah, we just don't have mics.
Yeah, man, that was...
And I'm like, this is some fancy dress competition and like there's a bunch of stuff that happens on this day, right?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, why don't you have mics on a day like this? And it's not that he sat there and he acted like as if like, I messed up, this is my job, I understand I screwed up. Like, he was not at all. He just didn't compound what I was saying to him because never in his life before in that area, in that fucked up village, no one has ever used like more than 3 mics for any function. All the performances were either dumb dance moves or after that he was singing but there's just one person while there's a karaoke music playing in the background. They've never done a band shit. I'm pretty sure half the population that saw drums for the first time was yours.
True.
They never even knew what drums were.
No, you know what the depressing shit is? Dude, Milagros is not... It wasn't just PU, like 11, 12. It was a high school. It was a school. There was a primary school. There was... I think they have a degree college as well. And it was a church. In all these buildings, they had 3 mics.
No, they have like 6 mics in the church, but they never brought it.
Dude, that's the thing, right? You have so many, like, how can you not have mics, dude? Speakers.
They have mics, they have speakers, but it's the audacity of the sound guy to think that more than 3 is not necessary. He's the one who messed it up.
Dude, but, see, I don't think he... Okay, based on our standards, yeah, he messed up. But next time when there was a function, they still called the same fucker.
Yeah, of course.
Because, like, according to the people organizing the function, to all the people who attended the function, he didn't mess up. They're like, no, we messed up our performance. The sound guy didn't mess up shit.
That happens with pretty much every band that performs badly. Whenever a band performs somewhere, one of the biggest things they do is sound check. They even do rehearsals for that. Okay,
Yeah.
When I perform live in Dubai and all, this is the first thing they do. You have to come the previous day and you have to talk about how you want your setting and all that. You need to do practice shows over there so you can sound good. Next day, they just put the same settings and you just perform live.
Yeah.
That is the whole point of it. There was no sound check process here. But say something went wrong. Maybe even if you did sound check right, but then some error happened or something and the performance was bad. No one's going after the sound check guy.
True.
The band sucked. That's what people will say. So in the end, our reputation was on the line. But my question is, why were we trying so hard to impress those people?
We won. We were just excited to perform.
We were just excited to do something.
We were excited to perform. Like, dude, we were starting a band. Like, I love the drums, you love the guitar. We were excited. And then, like, Milagros just slapped us across the face, dude.
In everything.
Yeah, like, we got just so disappointed. We just left it. Like, dude, I didn't touch a drum after that. Like, I wasn't traumatized by that, but I just didn't focus on drumming after that.
I kind of lost interest then, but I regained interest once I went to Manipal.
Yeah, you had the opportunity in Manipal. In Mangalore, there were a few opportunities, but dude, I stayed in apartments, and I'm a bachelor, a student, and they hate students. Like everyone in Mangalore hates students. They know you're a student, they just treat you like shit. So same when it comes to staying rental places, apartments, and all that. If you get a drum in and start making noise, they're gonna kick you out. They're calling the cops on you something. So I had no choice but to just leave my drums here. But yeah, man.
Okay, so that leads to the next part of the conversation because I don't want this to be a thing where we just shit on India the whole time. Let's not make it that. Because I'll tell you, up until this point, for someone who grew up in a different country with different vibe and everything, this was not an easy thing to settle into. No one was speaking English. It was like very difficult to settle into. But India did get better. For me at least.
It did?
I'll tell you, at least to a certain extent, I'll tell you, there's some benefits that I saw here as I got older and realized like Dubai was not as perfect as we think it is. And
True.
this place has its perks. But overall, either way now, at our age, no matter where we go in life, it'll suck. Unless it's Vegas.
True.
So yeah, unless we have money, that's what matters. But at that age, we were kids, right? So everything was handled for us financially. But the part that changed obviously was once we graduated, we were happy to just leave that place. And then once we left, there was like this whole scene about where do we go next. And your idea of Aloysius, we'll get to that. What happened with me and Kristen was there was a very good chance we would have continued in Milagros.
Yeah,
But-
I remember that.
Yeah.
You were going to continue with Adnan, right? In
We were
Milagros.
going to continue there, bro. And I was like livid, dude. I thought at that moment somehow my uncle will come and save me and take me back to Dubai. I was ready to call my uncle without telling my parents and begging him. But then, there was this teacher, dude. I don't know who this teacher was. She used to come as a substitute woman for us sometimes. I forgot her name, okay. This woman, she's slightly aged and she's well respected by the people around here because she's like an old professor.
Alright.
Yeah. And because of this woman, she basically in church once was talking to my parents and all that, and she said, why would you do this to your kids? The degree here is okay, but it's not as valuable. Try to understand. Go for Manipal University. It has a much bigger name, so you should try over there, and it's nearby. They can do that. The certificate has a lot more value. I said the same thing to my parents 15 times before. They never listened. But the minute this woman said it, that's how parents are. The minute they listen to someone that older than them, respect them, or
Yeah.
whatever, the same shit you said, they'll listen to them. So I was glad that this woman came in my life at that moment, dude, and then told my parents like, don't do this to him. And that moment, what happened was, this happened for Kristen first. And Kristen was the one who was going to go to Manipal University. But the minute my mom heard that Kristen's going to Manipal University, she was like, my son can also go. So she was like, you also go Manipal. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I didn't know what Manipal was.
To
So you have to
me,
understand, I had
yeah.
zero clue what it was. I just wanted to get out of Milagros. That's it. I was like, I'll take anything other than this. And that's the only reference I had to Manipal was Kristen's elder sister who was graduated from there before, the second sister.
Okay.
She told me, she was like, Manipal is 100 times better. Just go there. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. And all that. And then when I found out about the fee structure and all that, I was like, dude, it's crazy expensive. It was like, yeah, but the certificate is worth it. Just go for it. And then went to Manipal and then, yeah, that happened. Now I want to hear your Aloysius story. How did that happen?
Dude, Aloysius was... Oh, man.
How did Aloysius even come into the conversation? Why didn't you go to Milagros itself?
Because my sister went to Aloysius.
Oh.
So my sister's a year older, right? So she went to Aloysius. She studied in Aloysius. And so it was just like, okay, my sister went, so I'm going there. It just became that thing. I told my dad, why don't I go to Manipal? He's like, I don't want you in the house. Like, get the fuck out of here. Okay, he didn't want me anywhere near the house. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. And
If you knew what Manipal was, you would have asked for an apartment in Manipal and stayed there
True.
and done college,
true.
right?
Dude, we didn't know Manipal.
We didn't know Manipal.
What we knew when you were in Milagros, dude, we used to travel 1.5 hours by bus just to go watch a movie in Mangalore.
Yeah.
So to me, Mangalore was, oh, okay, it's Mangalore. So it was fine. But dude, to be honest, I still remember the first day in Aloysius. I reached 1 day earlier for class. Like class started, class would start tomorrow, and I went today. That's how nervous I was. I'm like, okay, first time staying on my own. So I went there in advance. I'm like, dude, where the fuck is everyone? And I knew it would be shit because I remember I went to the office and asked them, where are the classes? When do they start? Not one of them bothered to tell me classes start tomorrow. They just direct me to different classrooms. And it's only after I spoke to one of my seniors who was leaving college, and I asked him, like, dude, that's tomorrow. I'm like, oh shit, okay. I'm like, but I asked the office. I'm like, yeah, they're useless. Don't bother about them. And that's when I realized, okay, I think I'm going to be in trouble. But, like, dude, Aloysius still had a lot of issues. But when you consider, like, how they, like, okay, for example, do you remember in Milagros, after lunch break, the girls can't stay in the classroom and the guys can't stay in the classroom. If the girls are leaving the classroom, the guys can stay in the classroom. Or
like
the, they should have like a ladies' room, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
So guys and girls cannot be in the same classroom unless the lecturer arrives. That's how it was. You couldn't even speak to another girl. Even in high school, that was what I grew up with. So if they got, I remember once a new girl joined the classroom.
Yeah.
And I had a textbook, an extra textbook. So I figured, you know what, this might be hers. So I went and asked her, did you get your economics textbook? And she said, yeah, no, I already have it. I'm like, all right, fine. And I went and sat down. I was called to the staff room after the next period. And I'm like, oh, why did you go and talk to the girl? I'm like, what? I just went to ask if you had the textbook because I had an extra one. I explained. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Like, but be careful when you're talking to a girl. Inform us before you do something like that. And I remember just looking at them like, dude, like, are you serious? I just asked if she had a textbook, man.
This is the side of India that's just so sad, that kind of fucks up so much for people that graduate from these colleges.
Dude, this was high school. So when I went to Aloysius, this wasn't there so much.
Okay.
Guys and girls were just chill there. And that was something new because you know how it was in Milagros, right?
Yeah.
So when I went to Aloysius the first time, I remember I think I was on the phone with Kristen. And a girl came and spoke to me. I immediately just put the phone in my pocket. And she's just like, no, continue conversation. I'm like, no, it's fine. She's like, no, continue. I'm like, no, it's fine. I cut the call. Like, I didn't know how to react. I'm like, oh shit, a girl is talking to me. And after that conversation, which lasted maybe 5 minutes, I remember after she left, I'm like, dude, what the fuck did I just do? Like, why did I behave like a fucking geek?
But it's Christian though, so.
No, but still, dude. Like, the way I reacted when I put the phone in the pocket, it was like I was desperate to talk to another gender, dude.
Listen, we were. Like, think about it, dude. Our classes were so bad in Milagros that something like this was a huge difference for us. Manipal was like a roller coaster for me.
Oh yeah, Manipal was dope.
It was insane. But like even this Aloysius scene, I can understand like how after Milagros, just like Milagros was so sad that I was genuinely demotivated to talk to women. I was like, okay, I want to talk to her. She seems a little interesting. But just because of the vibe and the way they would react and how people would look at you if you talk to a girl, that itself killed it so much for me. I was like, you know what? Fuck all this, man. Like, I don't want to talk.
Dude, you're saying that. Like, the whole time in Milagros, I never made an attempt to talk to any girl. I don't know if you noticed that.
You barely talk to anyone.
Yeah, true. But even to a girl, I would rarely speak. And this was because I remember once, I was taking a bike from my house and I was going to my grandmother's house. So I was cutting through Milagros, the shortcut. I remember as I was going there, I reached this turn. It's a mud road, so I was going slow. And this girl was walking past and she looked me. She looked me dead in the eye. Now, what are you going to do when that happens? Like, look away, it's rude. I just thought, you know what? Let me be nice. I'll just smile. Like a simple smile across my face.
Ooh.
Like,
I see where this is going.
Just a simple smile. Dude, the way she reacted to that simple smile was as if I was going to jump off the bike and rape her or something.
Whoa. Okay, can't say that, but yeah.
But, dude, that's how she reacted. Like, she just, like, I literally just smiled and the way she reacted was like I was going to do something. And she just, like, she freaked out and she walked away. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. I got scared after that.
That's not a Milagros thing, though.
No, that's a local thing.
That's a local thing, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I cut through Milagros. But when I saw that, I'm like, dude, is this how people are going to behave? And I smile? Dude, I'm not even joking. I was so disturbed by that. I remember standing in front of the mirror after that. I think for like 15 minutes I was staring, I'm smiling. I'm like, is this weird? Like, do I feel creepy or something?
Yeah, it messes with you at that age actually.
Yeah.
Because that is the age where we start to socialize. Like 16, 15 is where you actually start talking to other people and stuff like that. Especially in India. You don't get to do it earlier than that. True. So when something like that happens, it's a huge thing for us. Because we think about it all the time. It's like, what the hell did I do wrong? Blah, blah. Like now at our age, we just don't care at all. But it's a different
No,
thing.
but we keep saying it's India. It's not India. It's this area.
This area. No. There are multiple areas like this in India.
True. But
Okay.
if you go to like places like Bangalore, Bombay,
Yeah,
it's
there's
not
no
like
scene
that.
over there
It's
like that.
damn chill.
It's damn chill.
It's just it's, I don't know, man. They treat it so weirdly.
Nobody looks at each other and smiles you. Unless you know them. That's just not a thing.
Yeah.
If you spoke any of their local languages, you would understand my perspective. Like, I can tell from their perspective because I speak their languages, right?
Yeah.
So I can just tell you, looking at someone and smiling at them here, as someone you do not know at all, especially a girl, I can just tell how bad that would be. The better thing to do, what if she looked at you, is for you to look at her and stare at her like that itself, and then look away.
I thought that would be creepy.
No, that is what is more acceptable here. Because then she's like, oh, okay, he just saw me.
Jesus.
That's it. Not even that. Maybe in her mind she'll just be like, oh, he's just some creep who's looking at me. But that's still better than smile, because then she can actually react her feelings out. And we are not the most handsome people in the world, so
No, but okay, when I say smile, it wasn't even a big smile. It was like you know, when you say hello to someone, how you have that small smile across your face just to be polite.
yeah. But this
Same
is
thing.
this is a mixture of a lot of things. It's the vibe of the people here, plus it's that person also. Not everyone reacts like this,
True.
no matter where. There are other people that you look at, and if you smiled at them, they would get confused. Most of what I would think about locals is that they would get confused thinking they know you. That's why you're smiling at them. So they'll be like, oh, who is this person? Do I remember this person? Like that. This is a girl.
No,
Girls
but
are mean, man.
This was an accumulation of multiple experiences. So even when I was in high school over here, and I did my high school in this shithole of a place, and I remember, like, dude, my sister and me studied in the same high school. So when we used to go to school, we used to go together. We used to walk to the floor together because we were on the same floor. And then she'll go to her class, I'll go to mine. She's a year older, right? And I remember one day I was called into the staff room. And again they told me, it's like, listen, Myron, you can't, like, I know you just joined the school, but you can't show up every day with a girl. I'm like, who are you talking about? Like, every morning you're coming with a girl. I'm like, that's my sister. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, but you should inform her so there's no misunderstanding. I'm like, dude, it's none of your business. Even if I'm walking with a girl, I'm not doing anything. I'm just walking with her.
Yeah.
What's your problem? I'm like, no, it's not allowed over here. So that's my experiences since high school.
And then people wonder why Indian men have so much difficulties when it comes to dating and shit like that.
Yeah, it's because of shit.
The
like
amount of
this.
shaming that actually happens to men when it comes to dating, especially in India, is crazy. And it's like, bro, we were raised like this. And it goes both ways, okay? Even women are treated even more harshly, I would say, when they talk to a guy, especially in school in these areas, dude.
True.
Women get their ass beat if they do this shit. Not just by the school members, if they complain to their families, that's even a bigger scene. So women can't even smile at a guy they think they like. They just have to agree that they can't. And that's even worse for them. But the sad part is just the entire thing. Like, nobody gets to look at each other and just have that fucking, I don't know, it's just an easier vibe that most other people have.
No, man, it's just, dude, that's what irritated me. So for me, for a guy since high school, this is what I've been experiencing.
Yeah.
And this is what I experienced throughout high school when I went to PU. And when I suddenly go to college and, dude, people are just walking up and talking to me. I can freely talk to a girl. Dude, I was like, holy shit, dude. It was like I was in paradise or something.
The thing is, by the time we reach college, we hit our, like, what, 18? 19?
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, 18. We stop, that side of us that feels shy or whatever to talk to another person kind of goes away a little bit.
No, I was just so excited.
Not just excited. Obviously, places like Mangalore and Manipal are different. So they are more open to these
True.
compared to these places. But at the same time, we reach an age where we're like, let's talk.
Yeah.
We get that thing where it's like, yeah, let's talk. Let's see what happens.
Dude, my experiences from high school till degree, that screwed up my chances when I spoke to women.
Yeah.
So I remember, this is the first semester of college, and I was just hanging with a group of people, and then these two girls came up who knew someone in the group,
Yeah.
and they were saying how they also from Dubai. And after they spoke for and they walked away. In my mind, I'm like, oh shit, they're leaving. I have to say something. I chased after them to say, oh yeah, I was in Dubai too. I miss it now. And I'm like, and they walked away. And I'm just like, what just happened? Like, why would I do that? Like, I literally remember thinking,
dude.
like, why the hell would I run after them just to tell them I was in Dubai, I miss it too? Like, after I said it, I just stood there for a while after they left. I'm thinking, why? Why would I do that? Why is my brain not working properly?
Because you're a man.
No, it's because I lived here for so long. Like, I had no experience talking to another gender.
Yeah.
The only experience I had talking to another gender was either my sister, my mother, or relatives.
Yeah.
It's never like some random person.
Yeah.
So there's always that weird disconnect. And it was just, dude, I like thinking back to the amount of experiences, the way I was screwed up is just embarrassing, dude. Like, super embarrassing.
No, one thing I'll say is like I didn't have that much of an issue with this because I was in Dubai and I only came here for 2 years. So by then I already dated someone there. So I was familiar with women. It's just that I did try to talk with women here, and the women here gave me this vibe like, why are you talking to me?
Okay.
It was the other way around. It was like, hey, you can't talk to me. I'm a girl. It was that shit. And I was like, dude, bitch, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, you think I give a flying shit? Like, I just want to have a conversation. You can't even vibe with me. But knowing the local languages helped me out a little bit in Milagros to talk to some of the girls. Some of the girls was better. Some of them still acted weird. And I was like, alright, bitch, like, I don't want to talk to you. But, okay, it wasn't as bad as like how it was for you because I can see where your introvertedness came from. But we'll switch over to the fact that we went to college. And then after college was like, Manipal was where whatever confidence I lost in, like in Milagros, whatever personal confidence I had, self-esteem that I had, that I lost in Milagros, I regained it back in Manipal in just 1 year itself. After the first year itself, I did so much shit. And the sad part is I want to sit and possibly talk for another 2 hours about Manipal, but I can't. I can't talk about anything that I did in that place for 3 years unless we want our first podcast to be evidence against fucking ending up in prison for the shit that we did. So I'm gonna just end Manipal there.
No, wait. There's one more Manipal story for me. Okay, this was. I remember I was studying in Mangalore and I was more used to people. I could talk a bit.
Yeah.
But I have never flirted yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because of my whole experience here. I've just never flirted, and this is the first time I'm in Manipal with some Mangalore friends. I was in DT. And you know how DT is, right? It's just loud music 24/7.
DT is DT.
Yeah, so I remember I was with two other friends. We were drinking. I was pretty smashed at this point. And we saw one girl dancing there, and my friend was like, dude, you should go talk to her. And I was drunk. So we make the decision, yeah, dude, let's go talk.
Yeah.
Now, I remember my friend was selling tickets for a party that they were organizing. So I said, okay, let's use that as a conversation starter. I remember before walking, I was nervous. I was sweating. I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to talk. Because I've never flirted before.
Yeah.
It was a fairly new thing. And this was, again, I think this was my second semester, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, now this is fucking embarrassing, okay? Like, this is one of my biggest shames. Because I remember I walk up, like, I plan everything out in my head. What I'm going to say, how she's going to respond, what I'm going to say to that. Everything I planned out, it was perfect. I went to her and I said my piece. I said my whole line, okay?
Yeah.
And it was, I don't remember it, but for its time, I think it was a pretty decent line. I said what I had to say. I even introduced the party. I made it seem like I'm just inviting her for a function that, you know, like a party that we're organizing and shit.
Yeah.
And after I said my whole piece, I'm like, okay, what's her response? She just looks at me and says, what? I can't hear you. I'm like, oh shit. I got nervous. And then all I could think of was, there's a party, you want to go? She's like, I don't know you. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. And I walked away. Oh shit.
Oh, DD is the worst place to
that was
make a...
After that, I just went back. I had 2 pegs without saying a word to anyone. I just had 2 pegs quietly. And then I was fine after that. I'm like, okay, fuck it, let's drink.
Dude, the only way, I'll tell you what's this, the only way you can flirt in DT is you literally just go up to someone and you hand them a bottle. Okay? You give them a bottle and they'll be like, I don't know you. You'll be like, you want to have a sip or something like that. But you've got to be careful because when it comes to girls, they'll think you slipped something in and you try to give them or something. So you just got to have some conversation where you talk near to their ears and just let them know you vibe, and then you can be like, I got some drinks. You want some? We can have it together. It's easier to get girls in DT if you have other friends of yours who are with you. But if you're just that creep who shows up in the bar to just pick up girls, then it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Not just tough. It'll be kind of douchey. Like, why the fuck would you do that? But it's different when you're in Manipal and you have classmates and stuff like that. You never go to DT alone.
Yeah,
you're going with 5, 6
You would never go alone. Like, even again, I didn't go alone. But the 2 friends who I got with me, I won't drop names, but dude, they're assholes, bro. Like, I remember, I'm like, dude, I need a wingman. I remember telling that guy, I'm like, bro, I need a wingman. Yeah. One guy told me straight, I'm like, bro, I'm way too drunk. I'm going to sit here. I'm like, fair enough. Other guy like, dude, come on, man, it's easy. I'll be your wingman. The whole time, that fucker stood there staring at me. I'm just like, dude, something, help.
I thought
did
he.
nothing.
I don't think he knew what wingman was. I think he thought he was supposed to be a bodyguard because what if she slaps you or something?
It was so weird. Afterwards, I remember going back to my seat and just looking at him like, dude, you're supposed to help. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
She's like, dude, you're supposed to talk. What help do you want? I'm like, dude, do you know what a wingman is?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, dude. But yeah,
But you can't force a wingman. That's the sad part. A
Yeah,
wingman
but
is
I
someone
asked,
who goes out of his way to help his
But he should
boys.
say. Like, when I asked him first, I'm like, bro, I need a wingman. He said, nah, I can't do that. But he said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I'll help you.
Yeah, because
And then he just stood there and looked at me. It was
most
like,
guys won't turn that down though. Because everybody wants to be someone else's wingman.
No, I'll turn it down. What am I going to say? I know I can't say anything. So if I go, say for example, you want to go and hit on someone.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, I need a wingman. I'm like, dude, I can't. Because if I go, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I don't know what to say. It's going to ruin your chances as well. So why would I
So
do that?
basically, a wingman should be someone who has a lot of game.
Yeah.
But did this guy have game?
A bit, yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Then he was just
That's the
useless.
thing. That's what I was just like, dude, what? This is just, oh my, I got so pissed at that guy, dude.
Dude, I never, like, obviously I flirted with people in DT, but I've never scored in DT. DT was not an easy place to score, man.
Mm.
But and the thing is, in DT, I just got grabbed. When the place is fucking, what do you say, packed up and shit, in DT, I just got grabbed a lot, man. I just walked through the crowd, someone just grabbed my ass once. And
I think that was the dude.
I don't know. It was dark, bro. Do you know how DT is? You don't even know who it is. I'm pretty sure it was one of my guys itself. I don't know. I probably hung out with him the rest of the day. Dude, some guy just came and fucking grabbed my ass tight, bro. And left it. And then when I looked back, there were like 4 guys going in 4 different directions. I know it was no chick because the only chick who was there was on the bench next to me.
Okay.
Okay, and she didn't look like she turned around, grabbed my ass and turned back around. And she didn't look like the type to do that because she was with like 3 other chicks.
Okay.
She was 4 guys. He was one of those guys. I got my ass grabbed there once and then I got my ass grabbed again at the bar.
Oh, damn.
And at the bar there's light, so you can see if anyone is there. And I still didn't manage because it was a Saturday night and the whole thing was packed, so I couldn't tell who the hell grabbed my ass. And the minute they do that, my biggest fear is they took my wallet.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh fuck, did they steal some shit? But then I pulled out my wallet and nothing. They just want my ass. In Manipal, I think I've been grabbed like 6 or 7 times. Many times in DT and then twice in Zeal.
Oh my, I just hope the dude who grabbed your ass
Listens
yours
to
this, yeah, and be like, wait, that was the dude?
Okay. First of all, I don't think he even saw my face.
True.
He just grabbed some ass.
He just saw an ass.
That's
like,
it,
yep,
okay.
that's a chick's ass.
And if he did that to me, he's done that to 100 other people. So he's probably thinking of a completely different incident where he's like, oh, I've grabbed like thousands of asses.
True.
But I was just imagining, like, dude, if I was a guy and I got my ass grabbed, just imagine what scenes it is in DT with like chicks and all.
Oh, yeah,
I can just imagine what it's like for them. Because I did talk to like some of the, I don't want to name drop again, but like female friends of ours who are in DT and we just talking about like, and they always said like, yeah, someone grabbed me by the side on the boob and all that.
Jesus.
Every time. So it was like a very common thing in DT. But she
Why
was,
would they still go there?
chicks are weird, man.
Dude, see, that's the... Like, if I walk
But it's
into
like,
a
okay,
cave and a lion comes out and beats the shit out of me, I'm not going to walk back in the cave again.
That
I'll be
makes
like,
sense.
fuck this, I'm leaving.
But this cave is fun. Like, see. Look, here's the thing, okay? It's kind of rich for us to just be like, oh, you got grabbed once, you should never come back here. It's like, dude, it's DT, bro. I went back after I got grabbed. It's DT. Like, if your friend invites, like, let's go to DT. It's like, alright, let's go. Because you don't get grabbed all the time. You know? Like, it's, women, is the thing. I think if you are a woman and you get grabbed quite a lot, you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm never going to go back to that place again. Unless it's, like, too messed up. You know?
Okay.
Like some weird gully and messed up areas. Like, then obviously don't go there. It's too dangerous to go there. Things can escalate over there. Okay, but some place like DT, more than an ass grab, it's not going to escalate. Even if someone goes more than that, you're going to have friends. You're never going to be alone. You can immediately complain. Or you can just complain to guys that are around you.
Yeah, they'll just jump in.
They'll just jump in and they'll be like, yo, what the hell and all that. The messed up part is if we meet a messed up girl who uses that power and abuses it.
Yeah, that's...
Because I've seen that happen in Hakuna Matata.
Seriously?
Yeah. There was this chick,
Tell
bro.
me this shit.
there's this guy, okay, he's like a rapper friend of mine. And he was pretty chill guy. Okay, he's kind of an ass, but not a big scene or whatever. We were doing some performances together. This is in much later now, after graduation.
Okay.
And we were just chilling out there and no scene happened and all that. Some chick, dude, she was a little drunk and she was messed up, like completely messed up. She came up and then out of nowhere, I think he said something to her or something, like at the bar, because she was trying to like jump in the line and cut the line so she could get her drinks first or something like that. And he said something or something. Dude, she was so mad at this dude. First, she started yelling at him, and they had like a proper 30-minute back and forth.
Okay.
Then she disappeared. Then, like an hour crossed, we did our performances, this, that, and we are just chilling outside. Then, randomly, like 4 dudes just show up, grabbing him by the collar and pushing him to one side. Like, yo, what the fuck, man? You did all this, you did all that, and all that shit. And they're saying one by one, okay? Two of them are localites. He's scared, he's not a localite. So he's scared, he's like, yo, what the fuck? He didn't have any friends over there, so he didn't know what to do. Then his friends are there inside. I could have gone and called them. But I understood what one of them said because they were speaking in Kannada. So when he said that, one of their guys is telling another guy who was asking what is happening. So he told like, what is the scene? He went and he grabbed her and this, that, he said in Kannada. That's when I was like, yo, nothing like, I said in Kannada. I was like, nothing like that has happened. He's been with me the entire day. I've seen what he's done. He didn't do anything to her. I saw the way they fought. 30 minutes they were just yelling at each other. After that they went. I was with him. Nothing happened physically. Comes in the minute I said that, she's like, both of them are liars. This guy and that guy, both of them are involved in this shit. They came there, they groped me and they pushed me around and they touched me and all that stuff.
Fuck.
Bro, I freaked out, okay? He's freaking out. Because I'm a localite, I kind of held my composure.
Yeah.
I was like, alright, fine. If this escalates, it escalates. I'll call some people. This guy, he doesn't know what to do, dude. He's looking at me every time. He's like, bro, you're the localite. No, talk to them. You speak Kannada. Tell them. He's telling me. He's like, oh, I'm like, the fuck, dude? Like, even if I said it, it's not like they don't understand English. Those guys were students. They're not localites. They're students. They understand English. They're also speaking English. I'm like, you can tell them in English directly. And he's like, what I realized that whether localites or not, this is one of those situations where I had to I had to carefully put my words together. Like the way I say sentences. Because if I just blab, even though I'm right, she can use that to twist and then turn it into something else. Okay. So when that happened, the first thing I did was, when this fight was happening near the bar, the bartender was there. And the bartender saw everything that happened. We'll go and talk to the bartender right now. I'll bring him here. So he'll bring you proof. That's what I said. When I said that, she backed off a little bit. Because she remembers that bartender was there. And he was the one who stopped the first fight. And he was the one who was like, hey, don't fight here and all. Go that side and do something. Like he was a little annoyed because his job was getting screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened. Then I told him, I was like, I'll get the bartender here and I'll tell him to prove everything that you did. And I also was like, there's cameras all over this place. We'll fucking get the footage also to see what happened here. He's like, he didn't touch you and I know that happened and stuff like that. Then once that happened, a couple of group people came. Then his friends came from inside. And they all came from inside. They're all asking, what is the situation? And he, like, my friend, he's in that fucking like panic mode, right?
Yeah, obviously, dude. The guy almost had his life screwed.
So he thought his life was gonna get screwed. At that moment itself, when his friends came, he got the confidence back. So he told everything to his friends. It's like, this bitch, this is. And the good thing was his friends, they were girls. Okay, he had some lot of female friends. So the female friends also came in. And then he said like this. And the female friends also like, there's no way he did all that shit. I'm like, I was there. I was with him the whole day. We rehearsed for 2 hours before in his apartment. Then we came here and throughout the entire performance, we were together. Because for my performance, I was beatboxing, he raps. So just for that, he paid for my shit. All my drinks and all that. He was like, I don't have money to give you, but I'll pay for your day. I was like, chill bro, it's fine. So I didn't know him that well, but I was like, okay, this is good compensation. And for the day I'm set. He paid for my drinks and stuff. So I was with him the entire time.
Yeah.
There was no moment where he had a time. And this bitch was only there when we were at the bar and he caused the scene and all that. After that scene happened. And the 4 guys, right, they were in that instigation mode. The minute she said this stuff, they were ready to just jump. Because they're her friends, right?
Okay.
So they're believing her story no matter what. And no matter what we said. But I think one of them I could see, he knew that this female is one of those fibbing types. Because they're friends, he knows. She has her side. So he seemed like the more dangerous guy, but he kept his distance. And the entire time he's like, guys, let's go. We'll see this situation. We'll call the bartender and all. He said, we'll call the bartender. That's when the girl went up to him and was like, why are you taking their side? Like, calling the bartender. The best part is, when that happened, I'm like, this fucking bitch. And then my friend saw that. He's like, see? He's pointing. He's pointing. He's like, see, this bitch is lying. And I was like, dude, okay, calm down. And I was like, I literally said to the woman, I was pissed off at her. I said it to her. I was like, listen, we all know what happened here, and there are cameras and everything to check everything, verify what happened. So I was like, are you sure you want to escalate this? Because we are ready to go all the way, and we are from here, so we have no problem and all that. Then she was like, yeah, this is what you guys do all the time. You have each other's backs, even though you guys are fucking molesters. She kept saying molesters, which is totally very different from harassment.
Yeah.
But she's like, molesters. And then I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Then her friends itself grabbed her and took. She was drunk. So her friends itself went, a couple of her female friends went and grabbed her back. And her female friends, I could tell from their faces only, they knew she's a bitch. They knew. They were like, we need to just get this hoe away. And then they took her away, and then the whole situation got sorted.
But see, that's the scary part, dude. All it takes is one accusation.
One accusation.
Like, dude, honestly, even if I'm at a place and suddenly a girl comes trying to help this guy trying to, do something to me, dude, I'm gonna react. Because that's just a natural instinct that you build up now.
It's not just that. You panic, bro.
No, but that's just the thing, right? I mean, now it's not... You don't even need proof. It's just... Like, dude, if the bartender wasn't there when y'all argued, if there were no cameras in the place...
Then what?
You're just screwed. That guy would have... He would have been beaten... Like, he would have got the shit kicked out of him. And then he would have been kicked out of college, whatever.
We both would have gotten a shit kicked out of us.
Like, dude, that's the thing, right? It just takes one lie to ruin a guy's life.
Remember that Punjabi guy's incident? I think in Bangalore or Mumbai. Became a big scene.
Which incident?
There was one woman. She put a post on Instagram or Facebook, I think. Facebook, I think. Punjabi dude on a bike. He's a Royal Enfield or something. He's sitting on his Royal Enfield. She took a picture of it. And then she basically said, this guy, he tried to harass me. He tried to grab me. He tried to pull my shirt across and all that stuff like that. And basically put a full case on him. She didn't put a case on him. She put it on the social media.
Okay.
That's all she needed to do. The minute it went on social media, everybody jumped on the bandwagon. Find this guy. We'll go and crucify this motherfucker and stuff like that. Turns out none of this shit happened. They had some sort of altercation when they were in traffic or something like that. And just because she was pissed off with him, she put a fake accusation on him.
Fucked.
He got his life fucked. He lost, I think he was studying or something at the time. Whatever he was doing, either college or job, he lost it. And then he had to stay at home. No job interviews were given to him and all that. Then it became a court case. And then they had to go to the court and they had to settle the situation. She never showed up to the court.
Damn, dude.
And according to the court case, the situation got solved. And after that, it was pretty evident, like all the situation. And then other evidence came up and this, that. And people found out. Eventually, it went online and he went online and he talked about it on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. And he talked about how, he was basically treated badly and all that. Now he's become kind of like a prime figure that people go to because like he got affected because of this and now he's screwed. But the crazy part is, he was talking in the interviews and he's like, see, now it's been like 2 years since that situation happened. I still don't get job interviews.
Damn, dude.
He's like, I've gone on every news channel that ever wanted to talk about me and made a big scene when they made the whole scene. I went to each and every one of them who requested an interview from me. Gave my interview with each and every one of them. Talked to them, blah, blah, blah. Clarified the entire situation. Gave all evidence and proof that I had that I didn't do any of this stuff. And he was like, everyone agreed to it. They all said, okay, you're a good guy. You never did anything. I went back home. I still don't get job interviews.
I mean, that's just the thing, man. Yeah. Like,
it's like everything got solved and still nothing.
No, it's just as long as that accusation is there, companies don't want to associate with you.
Companies have that thing when they give you the offer letter. Like, have you had any past criminal activities, some sort of famous political figure, something. They do that on purpose. They don't want you to literally have any, like, shit.
No, but, I mean, that's just not fair, dude. Like, consider that guy's life. Like, how many people's lives have been ruined this way?
Yeah.
And there's just no repercussion. She lied, she ruined a whole guy's life. Nothing happens to her. She'll go on, live her life. Probably go and lie about something else.
But people came after her after this happened. Because his side of the story also became big on social media.
Okay.
He's not getting jobs from companies because companies don't want to associate with him brand-wise. But people supported him massively after that. So people were like, we'll find this bitch and all that. They ruined her name. So she had to hide her Instagram account and she deleted it. She deleted all her social media profiles and she basically disappeared. Last people were saying is that she disappeared in Canada. She ran away to Canada.
Yeah, and now she's in Canada probably doing the same thing all over again.
Who knows? I'll tell you one thing. After this whole incident, she didn't learn anything.
Obviously, she won't
learn anything. She probably never regretted her actions.
That scares me, dude. Like, as a man.
Yeah.
Like, how you not supposed to get scared at shit like this? if you climb the corporate ladder and you're doing well, you're just minding your own business. You just want to work and live your life quietly. And then just some random woman decides, you know what, I'm gonna fuck his life up. And she can
Yeah.
do it with a sentence, dude. One sentence is enough to screw your whole life. And you can do nothing. You can just be like, dude, what the hell?
It's weird, man. When people bring this up, women think guys are pussies to bring this up at all. Other guys, some guys, I'll tell you, one of the biggest problems is guys don't support guys. So
Yeah.
there's a huge population of guys who will just act like this. None of this kind of stuff happens because they're just horny fuckers. And then there's also another side where it's like,
Those are simps, bro.
they're simps. But then there is this entire other side where incidents like these are just kind of forgotten and they just kind of wail over. And then as time passes by, nothing changes. But there was another incident in Zomato, if you remember this. This maybe might be when you were in Bangalore. There was a Zomato lady who uploaded a video with her all bloody and shit, face beaten up and stuff.
Okay.
And she talked about how this Zomato delivery guy came to her house and basically beat her up because she asked him to go front and back or something like that, because you asked Zomato people to go get your delivery front and back or wrong delivery or something. So because of that, she said there was an altercation that happened, and then while crying, she's recording a video of herself that this guy beat her up, basically, and it's full bloody. Her face is all like bleeding on one side and all. So she uploaded that, and everyone is like, "We'll find out who he is. We'll fire him. We'll do this, that." Then a bunch of weeks go by, situations change, stuff happens in the story, but eventually it turns out he didn't do any of it. She self-inflicted it was self-inflicted damage.
Okay.
She purposely hurt herself just because she didn't like this guy, because he fucked up her order or some shit like that.
What the hell, man?
I think she and him had some sort of proper fight because he was supposed to bring some order. He didn't do it. Then he told her fuck you or something like that and then walked away. So she wanted to ruin his life and then she did this.
Damn, dude.
It's crazy, bro.
Did the guy at least keep his job or something?
He lost his job. I'm pretty sure. I know he lost his job, but I don't know after he was proved innocent if he got back his job. That I don't know.
Highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely, because companies don't want to align with that sort of controversy at all. I don't know. The story just kind of disappeared after he was proved innocent. That's what usually happens.
Dude, see, that's another thing that irritates me. If something happens to a woman, it's like it's on media. Everyone will know about it. It'll be there for a good few months.
And that's good.
Yeah, it's
We
good.
need
I'm
that
not
to happen
saying
on
no.
both sides, yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying no. That's good. If something actually bad happened to a woman, please report it. Let it be on the media. Let everyone know about it. But at the same time, when a woman does something to a man, it's just, it happened. Forget about it. And it's just over. Like 2 days after that, everyone's just like, what story? That story? That's old.
And I still blame men for it, because most guys just ignore the story themselves. We have a majority when it comes to most of this media collection, this, that, and guys don't give a fuck. Guys themselves act like nothing happened, but they're also the first ones to jump on the bandwagon to go full white knight for women.
No,
and
but
here's the sadder part. Here's the sadder part.
Going white knight part, okay? Because, dude, no, I'm really joking. Say 5 years ago, if a woman came around like, help this guy trying to abuse me, I would be one of those people who jump forward to help her. Because, dude, look, I have a mother, I have a sister, I know women. There are women in my life, and I don't want anything bad happening to them. So I see some random woman asking for help, I'm not going to say no. I'm going to help. Okay? And I would have gladly jumped forward and tried to help her and stop the guy and see what the scene is. But now, if a woman comes running, or I have some girl trying to abuse me, I won't jump in. At most, I'll be like, yo, what happened? Explain first. Then I'll choose how to react.
That is the mature way of looking at it.
Yeah.
That is the right thing to do.
That's how you're supposed to do it. But see, the whole problem with this is, dude, the reason men believed all this shit in the first place was because, dude, there still are cases where men are doing something bad to a woman. And fair enough, dude, help those women out. But then the other women who nothing bad actually happens to them, they lie about shit like this. And the more they lie about it, the more damage it does to women itself.
I was just going to say that. Like, this is a huge liability to women that actually do get abused. Like,
yeah, that's the thing.
Like, imagine now, what's going to happen is a woman comes to you and she's going to say, this is happening to me, that is happening to me. You're gonna be scared to help her immediately, but maybe she is in trouble and maybe she needs immediate help.
Exactly.
And you're not gonna be able to do anything because a part of you is like, I don't know what the situation is and I don't know if I should get involved.
Yeah, like what if she's lying? I could even ruin my shit.
Why would some random person suddenly invite me into this and like I don't want to get associated with it. Something bad might happen to me, and now you have this constant fear to help someone, and it sucks because you should be helping people out immediately whenever they need help. But now it's like the people that do need help won't get help. Like imagine some woman, imagine if this Zomato scene happened, right? This whole scene happened and gone.
Yeah.
Say another woman got beat up by a delivery person, actually got beat up, and she puts up the video on Facebook and all. They're gonna shit on her because the previous woman messed up like that. They're like, oh, that woman did it and she got all the attention. Now this woman is also doing it for attention. Full natak, full acting. Because that's what happened for some other legit cases where like harassment and all that happened after this Zomato scene. There are these harassment pages where women can talk about their opinions and stuff like that, but they can do it anonymously so people don't find out. They want to keep their secrecy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. These guys who hated those women, they hated the Zomato woman for doing what she did, they went and spammed the comment sections of these pages. And they went there and they're like, full acting, bro. This bitch is lying, bro. This is lying, bro. After each and every post of women where they talked about their harassment issues. And this is a page where women talk to other women about harassment issues. Okay. So this is like a private sort of thing. And these guys somehow...
Look, even again, that page, maybe half the stories are fake, maybe half are real.
Doesn't matter. But it was a different portal completely. But these guys had to do that shit.
Not just that, dude. It's just... I feel bad for the women who actually need help. Because they're not going to get the help they deserve. And I'm like, dude, like, why would you go and do this? Like, the whole reason this existed in the first place was to help women. Now you're going to go and abuse it, and now the women who actually need help are never going to get the help they want.
At some point, people all across the world should realize that there is no bad woman or bad man. It's bad people.
Exactly.
Okay? People, everything comes down to the character of a person. It has nothing to do with the gender or sex. So the minute we start looking at it as a man or a woman thing, the entire structure falls. It doesn't work.
True. No, because I remember even all these, all these cases, whenever there's a man who does a crime, they say, dude, men do this. They say men. They don't say that criminal did it. Yeah. Same thing when a woman lies. They're like, look at all these women, dude. They are lying bitches. That's what people say. But it's not all women. It's that one person. We associate, like if one woman does something, we say all women do it. Or if one guy does something bad, they say all men do it. Yeah. And that just brings like majority of the innocent men and women into this mix, which is like, dude, we had nothing to do with this. Dude, we have to classify things properly. When someone does a crime, their gender doesn't matter. It's a criminal who did it. Bro, get that shit right.
The more I've looked into this, the more I've realized there are some people that just want to instigate.
Yeah, the media.
Yeah. So there are some people that just want to instigate, and that is the only thrill that they have. The minute it gets solved. Like I've noticed this with so many people, okay? I've seen so many people complain, bitch and moan. And when you actually genuinely try to give them some advice, they sound so disinterested in listening to your advice. And
it's they prefer the conflict.
It's not just, they prefer the conflict. Plus, they just want to bitch and complain and moan.
True.
It's like, why are you trying to help me? I wanted you to just shut up and listen to me. That shit is there a lot among so many people. And it's that same mentality that goes against instigators. When it comes to, it's like, think about it. It's a base human flaw that is there in every sector. It's not just in this. Like even the people who fight on basis of religion. Okay. No matter how much you try to tell them that, listen, it has nothing to do with the religion of a person. There could be a good person from one religion and a bad person from the same religion. Mm-hmm. And that applies for everybody. It has nothing to do with the religion. There are some people that just won't ever listen to it or reason with it because their mind is set on instigating against people who do not believe their faith. And it'll never end. There is no solution to this. When the whole intention is to do bad, there is no solution.
True. Well, that's just sad. When you think about this is the direction the world is going towards.
It's not going towards. It's always been there. It's just that because there's so much media now, everybody is exposed to it.
I'm still blaming. It's just, to be honest, dude, look, there are always people who want chaos.
Yeah.
Always going to exist.
Yeah.
But dude, those people are so few. Majority of the people just want to live their lives.
The true culprit here is the media.
The true culprit is the media because they are the one who gives attention to those few who just want chaos, and they make it to such a big scene. And the funny part is, dude, the whole reason the media exists freedom of press thing.
Yeah.
It was so that your governments or government officials, they don't hide shit from you.
Yeah.
So the freedom of press means the media has a right to write stories regardless of whether it affects the country or not.
Yeah.
It's to make sure the government is not lying to people.
Yeah.
But instead, what we have now is just the media making up stories.
The media is either bought by the government, and the few medias that might fight against it, they have too less resources.
Yeah.
They just can't reach enough people to tell the truth, or the rest of them, they're just doing it for the views and the money, because it's a business now.
Yeah, it's not even about reporting the news to people. It's just about making
It's
money.
just about it's something as innocent as like a new YouTuber who's trying to make YouTube videos. When he records for his YouTube videos, no matter what information he conveys, he exaggerates the emotion because he wants people to watch the videos and be interested, right?
True.
He has to do a little extra from his real personality in order to reflect, in order to get views. Okay, now that is an innocent thing it's a good thing that he's using to kind of bring out, in order to gain views and stuff like that. He has a huge market that he has to compete with. But that same mentality is used in news. News companies are challenged with other news companies. One news company gets one like information or new news story or a hot take that brings them a crazy amount of views. All the other news channels immediately know about it. It's like, oh, Sun TV got 7.8 million something. We got only 4.4 this month. We have to do it. They have charts, bro. If you work in all these media companies and stuff, news agencies, especially the bigger ones, they literally have charts showing how much people interacted with a story. So say they said a story, 7 a.m. morning or 9 a.m. Morning news story. They said one story, a news story, some journalist brought it in. Like, okay, that story got this much views. The next story got this much views. These stories are genuine things that like messed up people, entire village, some massacre happened, someone got screwed, some government officials screwing over people, people's tax money lost, some crazy level shit like that. Some real incidents, women getting harassed, some rape incident, whatever. These kind of situations are there, but the news agency will just be like, yeah, we talked about this important topic, but it got 3.6 million views, and the other one got like 7.8 million views. What was that about? Oh, it's Saif Ali Khan's little son. We talked about the celebrity son, and now we care about that more. So let's talk about that more. And it literally happens where they talk about dumb shit like that on top, and then underneath, those fucking banners that say like these side news. Yeah, that's where the real shit actually goes. And yeah, it's all for views, man.
No, see, that's what I feel. The law should be like the freedom of press law. It should be modified.
No, not it's removed. A little risky to do that.
No, not removed. Freedom of press is important, but it should be modified. As in, essentially, what it should be now is any story published on the news. Like, I'm giving an example. I'm not really thought it through properly, but essentially, any story bought on the news, told by the newscasters or whatever. Okay, it should be verified stories. First of all, as in verified fact. They should only display the fact. No, I don't want the reporter's opinions. I don't want the author's opinions. I want fact. Plain and pure fact, unedited fact.
Who does that?
Editors.
Okay. Editors either work for whom or...
No, that's the other fuck up thing.
Yeah. There is no way.
If it becomes illegal, say for example, it becomes a law that for example, say you have a news channel, and now it's the law that all news channels have to, any story given has to be verified fact. All the facts should be given to the public and no opinions. So means when, for example, we hear a story, the journalist, they have to investigate, they have to gather the fact.
Okay.
It should be done by the editor, and then after it's approved, okay, all these are facts which can be proven, without leaving any information aside, without modifying the information, give it to the public. And let the public read it and then come to a decision of their own. Now, say for example, of course the editors work for the company, so they might not do as good a job.
The minute they work for someone, they can be manipulated.
Yes. Say they are manipulated. Okay. Say they let a few stories pass by that doesn't have verified fact, or maybe the facts were modified, to manipulate the readers. Say that's the case. Then if people find out, oh wait, this story was actually modified, that's illegal, and then they can take legal action against the company.
How will you verify the modification? How will people know?
Because dude, if you write any story, so say you're talking about a story about say for example, a guy drove over 10 people with a car. And
that
that's
is
the story.
too on the nose kind of incident. There you don't need news agencies don't need to modify a story like that. That is interesting itself. Say something like this. Say you're a journalist, right, and you're a good one. You found out that there is some money laundering scene happening by the local MLA.
Okay.
Right? This guy is laundering some crazy ass amount of money, and you have ideas of it. Basically, that there is a thought process. This is happening. You have a couple of witnesses who can come forth and talk about it, but there is no way for you to actually verify it with financial documents, because
Okay.
obviously the banks will not just give you this MLA's documents.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it from a whistleblower. Now, this information might be legit, may not be legit. Maybe there are some other things, like for example, this MLA built something so fast very quickly, even though his income doesn't tally with it. Okay, but that's still not hard evidence.
Yeah.
That's still not hard evidence. The only hard evidence you can get is documents that prove that he laundered money from some other form of business, and from that he was able to build it. Now you have the story, and this is a good story. But what is your chances? Even if this law came into existence, you go to a media company and see the editors worked for the media company. The editors will write whatever is necessary, and after that they'll be like, okay, we'll go and tell this story. They'll feel like telling the story. The MLA, because you guys don't have hard evidence, can technically go to court and reclaim Defamation Act. They can basically say that these guys are trying to defame me. They have no evidence to back their claims, and this is a wrong thing about me, and they're lying basically. So if that happens, and most media companies don't go to the court for unless it's a major incident. So for something like this, mostly your media company itself will be like, I want to leave this, and you're, as a journalist, you will yell at your bosses like, no, we need to pursue this. This is a real story. They will be like, we don't want to go to court. It's going to cost us a lot of money, and this is MLA, and you don't have any actual evidence to come up. You shouldn't have done the story in the first place. Now, if the editors work for the government, the MLA has full control over them. He's going to call some higher up person about him, and he'll tell him that these people are lying, blah, blah, blah. Even if the higher up person is a good person, this MLA will manipulate him because he knows that person. And that way also the editor will have no choice, because the editors will do whatever the hell you want. Bro, in India the situation is so bad. Even if the editors work for the media company, the MLA has so much power that he'll literally show up to the house of the media company's owner, and he'll be like, you do the story and I'll see what I'll do to you.
Damn.
Then what are you gonna do? Journalists get shot, bro. In Bangalore they got shot.
Yeah.
There was that woman that got shot with a gun. With a gun here, like some fucking Compton.
No, but
Kendrick
isn't
Lamar
that
shit.
what investigative journalists are? They go through dangerous shit to find the real story.
They go through dangerous shit, they relay the dangerous shit, but there is no way for them to get good reach. That's why the government buys media houses. Both sides, with whichever party it might be, they buy the media houses. Majority of the media houses are either owned by Congress or BJP. So when someone comes out and says some scam or some bullshit about each of these parties, he has no power over them, because people are not hearing it.
So basically,
They
this
get
is
20,000 views.
This is just a big, massive shit show,
It's a big, massive shit show.
and there's nothing
There's
we can do
nothing
about
you
it.
can do about
That's
it.
just depressing, bro.
Yeah, that's the sad part. Is that the guy, he goes on YouTube, whatever he talks about it, the chances of his story actually going viral are super low. There are very few people whose stories actually went viral. And in foreign countries also, it's super low, but it still happens. Like Edward Snowden's,
Yeah.
where he came out with that shit and all that. But American people are different, man. They hear this stuff, they're like, yeah, our government is fucking lying to us. And they do that shit. India is very different from that, dude. I've seen how some of the locals who hardcore support the local government, the way they are, dude, there's no way you can falter their thought process. It's fidelity through religion. There's a reason why the religion thing is used. They control them so well. And it's both sides, it's not just one part. The other side is also no different. And it's just that thing, dude. So the person who's giving good journalism or whatever, he's getting maybe 25,000 views, whatever. Some local group of people listen to him and they're like, yeah, bro, you're right, bro. But it's 25,000 people. The people that the rest of the nation, we're talking crores and crores of people are watching the bigger news channels because they're the biggest news channels. It's kind of like how Apple and Samsung still makes money. Everyone knows they're looting people with those prices.
True.
Apple, fucking, why is it that expensive? It's really not worth that price. But what are the most bought mobile phones? Samsung and Apple. It's all about the brand. It's all about the name. It's all about the marketing. Most of these musicians who make like all these big time musicians and all that, half of the rappers and all, you fucking trash, bro.
True.
But it's the marketing, bro. They work with either Universal Music Group, Warner Brothers, or Sony. And because these three are the biggest in the game and they don't allow anyone else to come close to them, they own everything. So you'll hear his music in DT, you'll hear his music on radio, you'll hear his music in a fucking child's birthday party. But you won't hear a good musician's music anywhere because he doesn't have that kind of funding. It's all about marketing if you think about it. And media takes that even one step further, where they use bribery to change the story.
Oh man, that's just...
From where to where we went? This was actually supposed to be our introduction video. But I guess this is a good indication of what our podcasts are going to be like from now on.
Yeah, we don't stick to a topic.
We don't stick to a topic. It just goes from one. I've noticed one thing. All of our conversations go for hours, and in the end, we reach a point where we go, damn.
Yeah. we just get fried a bit. Like, oh shit.
Like, damn. Like, whoa, our brains went a little too far, man. We should have taken it a little easy. But yeah.
No, man. I think that's what it's. At some point, it's better to be ignorant about shit.
That is what I'm doing this year. Like, genuinely, I stopped giving a shit about everything. I don't care. My dad sometimes tried to talk political stuff. I just shut my ear off. I act like as if it's not happening. I genuinely just act like as if there's no politics happening. There is no religion shit. Nothing. I've just completely acted as if none of this shit exists. And with religion, that's the best thing I did this year, man. You just act as if none of it exists. You're in a world where religion doesn't exist, politics doesn't exist, and none of this discrimination exists. You act as if everything is just what you want to pursue. Then your brain really clears up, and conspiracies don't exist. Your brain really clears up because all that garbage, you're not thinking about that stuff anymore, and you get more occupied with the shit that you're doing. So that's how I end up making more music. Now YouTube, I have time, job, whatever. And if you really think about it, all these things, we have no control. It's just talks. At the end of the day, there's nothing we can do or say that's going to change anything.
No, actually, this reminds me of something I heard, like when I was a kid, dude.
Ignorance.
And that is... No, not ignorance. That is a common saying. But there's... like how you said, right? When something bad happens, what's the point of thinking about it? Just ignore it. But then it's not going on. Live your own life. Forget about everything else. Yeah. So when people say that, people see, that's the problem. Because you're choosing to ignore it. The rest of the population also choosing to ignore it. And these people who are doing the bad things get away with the bad things.
True.
So that's what they say. And dude, the more you think about it, the deeper you go down that rabbit hole. And in the end of the day, even if you, like you said, even if you do think about it, and if you try and understand, dude, this is bullshit, it has to be changed, it's never going to change. No matter what you do, it's never going to change.
A lot of these problems are deep-rooted in humans itself. We are flawed.
Oh, definitely.
As species, we are flawed. So there is really no way to get around this. So here's my thing. I'm like, yes, if I do not talk about it or act like it's not happening, I'm part of the problem. I understand. But I can barely even control things about my own life.
True.
Okay? That's the thing. I can barely even control that. This kind of stuff stresses me out so much, and I'm getting health problems from stress and shit. I'm already having 6 health problems from stress alone. I'm the last person on the planet who should be thinking this stuff. Okay? As much as I'd like to contribute to whatever this crusade you think I should be a part of, I have a family. Okay? I have to feed them, I have to take care of myself, and I have my own goals that I have to achieve. And these kind of things are just pulling me down.
True.
So I'm sorry that I'm not the soldier. You go ahead and fight. Okay, I'm gonna be the bard that plays the harp until the bomb explodes and I just wipe out. And I don't care. Okay. When the Hiroshima Nagasaki nuclear explosion.
Ultimately, that's the best solution for people who just want to live their life.
Yeah.
Because, if you think about it, okay, fine, you're thinking about it. You don't want them to get away with shit. You would want the big bad people to get away with it.
But and it's even worse when you're overthinking introverts. Yeah.
But the thing is, the more you think about it, it's not going to change. People are the big bad are still going to continue doing what they want to do. If you do somehow manage to get enough evidence to get in their way, you're not going to live long enough.
Yeah.
And in the end, it's better just be ignorant. Just live peacefully. Oh man, this is a messed up world, dude.
Fuck. All our podcasts will be like this only, dude.
Yep. We should get more, lighter topics, I think.
Don't worry. I have a lot of ideas. So now I think we'll end up with a podcast for the first episode. I think this is quite a lot.
Yeah, this is...
There's a lot to soak in.
Yeah.
But anyways, shout out. I want to give some shout outs. Shout out Nikita, because I know I'm gonna call her and I'm gonna tell her to listen to this entire podcast because I need someone to give me feedback on our podcast content. Shout out Royston, your guy. Yeah. He gave us a subscribe. He's one of our first subscribers ever. If this ever becomes a big thing and we get views or whatever, Shout out to all the people who supported us in the beginning. Shout out homie Kristen. He's
It started with Christian, this conversation. I
dude,
just remembered.
I swear, this dude is living content, dude. You gotta admit, he never paid for anything, but he paid from his just existence.
True.
He just shows up and then he just makes content happen. But yeah, I think this is pretty chill for a first episode. But I have some actual like good topics to talk about for the.
Yeah,
I want to make.
We didn't really pick a topic this time. We just went with it.
That's the best thing to do for the first episode. Like, why would we want to pick a
Yeah,
topic?
but we ended up a bit darker out, I feel. Like a bit more heavy.
I want people to know that this is going to be a comedy thing and a deep conversation thing. The whole point of this is, the entire time when we talk, we should feel natural. I don't want to feel forced while doing this. That's one of the reasons why I hated doing those fucking reaction videos or the fucking gaming videos, because I was overreacting to a bunch of shit and I felt like it wasn't the real me.
Chill,
man. I
Anyway,
guess this is the end of
this was
this
the
shit.
first, like at least we after what, 4.5 years, we finally.
We did one. I would say this
podcast.
is a successful venture.
I'd hear the recording first before we, jump to conclusions.
I'll do editing. Don't worry, bro. I'm good at what I do. But more than that, I think we are the only people in this entire fucking town who, first of all, have a podcast.
Yeah.
Second of all, have equipment for a podcast, or at least know how to use it.
I think we're the first people to know what a podcast is.
Hopefully, this podcast takes us somewhere in life so we can leave this fucking place eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but alright,
Anyway.
peace. Bye bye. Nikita, if you're watching this, you're a bitch. Alright, bye.